voor u het om luister steunen met site Sarmaneri, ook Lucas Germo, nach Trackeris. Ladies and gentlemen, your start of descent towards Keflavik.
So, at a cafe at Hella, we've been viewing the volcano already. And this is my first hot chocolate of the trip. Okay, so this is where there's a heavy water flow from the water that's fallen down from Gigliocu over to ICELAND. He's taken a photo for a couple of guys there. And there you see, folkies, Eyjafjallajökull Jökull. It's gone behind ICELAND now, but it'll be back. Eyjafjallajökull Jökull explodes just a few miles above us. We're at ICELAND as the sun sets. It's beautifully golden, everything is so clear and vivid, and we have ourselves a little end of day rainbow at ICELAND. I wonder if the rainbow will be greater when we get behind its mightiness. Hello! I am behind ICELAND. The wind was blowing in that direction today, which meant I got wet on the way up. The sun, as you see behind me, is setting. Eyjafjallajökull Jökull is exploding a few miles over beyond us. Huge cloud of smoke, and you obviously see the sun through ICELAND. I'm the only person behind the waterfall at this moment. It's quite fun. The rainbow of ICELAND. And Anna and Linus running away from the colours. Yeah, you can drive on. There's nothing to see here. Nothing going on.
Just some air pollution.
Yeah. This strange shaped cloud.
Looks like a banana.
It does. I know someone who's going to be quite excited about that. It's just starting its journey, going all the way down over Europe to disrupt flights for people going to Spain. There we are, folks. Probably about as close as we're going to get to it, but it's quite amazing seeing it. Some Icelandic ponies for Susie. They're kicking up the ash everywhere, and indeed little bits got in my eyes. Although it doesn't seem to be around, it actually is. I can feel grains of it already all over this camera. There's no booms coming from the volcano, but there's it sounds like the distant roar of traffic, constant sort of noise. Not that noise, that is real traffic. And if you look closely, every so often, especially from the left hand side, you see sudden big billowing bits come out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, vision of hell. I'm looking directly above me now, up at the sky. There's the ash cloud. We're standing right in its path. I don't know if you can hear at all that there is now, you can hear the constant booms and rumbles as it blasts off every few seconds. It's very hazy here, obviously. I mean, as you see, there is ash covering everything except us yet, and our car, because we've only just arrived. But just look around the ground here, look, just everywhere. Good morning, we're at the Hotel Hofdafreka near Vik, and I am making, for the first time in my life, waffles. we're having breakfast. It's a good place. It's not a cheap place, but it's great. You can see Rienesdrange from our window. The cloud from the volcano we see in the sky. There's ash all over the windows here, but all that cloud you can see, that's not natural cloud, that's the cloud from the volcano. Great. We're back at Skogafoss on the 11th of May. So who cares about the waterfall? We're standing under the ash cloud. Look at it, just this black evil going down all over southern Europe. It feels like we're standing in rain or a fine hailstorm, and it sounds like rain as well, but it's just masses of, Linus has an arm, it's just masses of tephra just fall on it. Yeah, just tephra just falling everywhere, and we're getting covered in it. It's kind of fun. No, you may not have more. Unimpressive though this may seem. There we are. I'm now stepping onto a glacier properly for the first time ever. I am now standing on ice. So I'm now on Solheimerjökull. Who needs to pay for a bloody walking party? Crash die! And this is where it gets a little more scary. You see these great big chasms stretching down. So there we are, this dark black hill ain't a hill, that's ice covered in ash and tephra from Eyjafjallajökull, which you can see if I pan round. So exuding its masses of ash there, going on forever. Two trolls hiding. Hello folks, I'm now standing at the top of Solheimerjökull, and you see it just looks like a big dark hill thing. This goes on forever, but I'm just standing on solid ice. The blackening, it's all just dirt and earth and ground up rock and granite, and of course tephra from Eyjafjallajökull, which I should be able to say properly by now, which you see going off over there in the distance. Oh, that is just not, that's just not normal cloud, that's the ash cloud, and indeed all the dimming you see in the distance is the ash cloud as well. It's alright up here, doesn't feel anywhere near as dangerous as it should do, he says, looking straight down, oh my god, into a massive chasm. Look at that folks. We're now at Rienesdrange, near Vik. Seen it many times from the other side of the rocks. Those are the troll rocks that extend into the sea. There's a big basalt cavern over there. A lot of tourists arrive at the same bloody time. There's Dirhole over there. Obviously black volcanic sand beach. See as I pick it up in my hands. See how it looks like earth and soil, but yet it is free from my fingers immediately. Wonderful miracle. I'm now standing in the basalt cavern at Rienesdrange on the Rienes Peninsula. It's not really much of a cavern. Extends a couple of meters, but it's quite impressive. There's tourists down there just got their feet wet. They ignore the signs. The return to Svartifoss. I left monks in the car. This is punishment for doing a shit on the dashboard. Things have changed, the paths have slightly disappeared, there's bits fenced off, we just walked over it though. But there we are, the beautiful basalt columns of Svartifoss. The weather's fine. We're really close to Vatnajökull, but there's no, you know, it's I'm wearing a jumper, a hoodie, but it's fine. Jökulsárlón. It's always like this in May. He says, having been here once before in May, it gets filled with bits of berg. There's huge clumps of it today. They're really big. And it is, to be honest, bloody cold here. It's not windy, it's just cold. I think I need gloves. Guest house Halley on Wednesday morning. Low cloud today. That's not ash, that's just low cloud. You hear the sound of a troll grinding bones. Hello, Wednesday, another return to Svinnesveljökull. And it's always still here, and it's always fairly blue sky, fairly sunny, never that cold. But it never changes. Back at Sandfell in May 2010, I'm standing inside where there was a hut or some enclosure of some kind. It's where the farm and the old church used to be. Thought we'd check it out on our way eastwards. But I've been here before. Fjällsalen, in the sun. Looking well good. We have found a witch trapped inside an iceberg, and we have to destroy it. Who says there's no entertainment in Iceland? No paparazzi. The Djupivoga in the East Fjords. Just stopped off for a meal there. And there's the harbour. And Linus thinks by driving in front of the camera he can make himself really amusing and ruin the shot, but it didn't work. But I just left Djupivoga and we're in East Fjords now. And we're standing at the top of Berafjörður. And we're taking a minor road through the mountains to get to Seyðisfjörður. We spent some time this afternoon sunbathing at Fjällsalen, throwing rocks at an iceberg, which was kind of fun. Thursday the 13th of May, waking up in Seyðisfjörður on the east coast. Middle of nowhere, very isolated community. You think this is one of the biggest towns on the east coast. There's nothing here, of course, but then you wouldn't expect it. It's the sound of a reindeer running past there. It's now cold and windy and raining, as you'd expect. And there's the church in front of which Sigur Rós played in 2006, and we're staying in the building right next door to it. You see the roof of it just there. The window of our room looks straight out onto the church, and that's where we've just had breakfast. In the mountains outside Seyðisfjörður. which is down there. Yeah, it's cold. After basking in the sun at ICELAND yesterday, even though we're at the foot of a glacier, it's kind of odd to be seeing this today, in the middle of May. Okay, having just been in Bonus in ICELAND, necessary stop to pick up the things that I must always buy when I come here. Well, some things are new. Eagle's malt there, 6-pack of them. The things I always get from Bonus. It's really interesting viewing. Always some slices of Gouda, cheese bugles, Ralph, always. I'd bring them back to England with me as well. What else? Oh yeah, for years now, the Luxus ananas and papaya, a new extra introduced by Iva, Buff, and of course the things to which I'm addicted, the licorice nitsa bars. This is all a load of junk, which is not in the least healthy, but really, who gives a shite? Here we are, a herd of reindeer. Just walked in front of the car, and then they'll come back to look at us. They're going to come back in a minute. Cheers for that, guys. Lovely. At the top of Stellasfjall on Route 917. At the top of Iceland. We're really high up. We're actually passing over the top of a mountain where the road has just been reopened. There's our sacrifice to Odin. We're still out in the wilderness at Thor's Hub in the north. Still got some way to go yet. We've just eaten there, admiring the views, inside rather than outside, watching The Simpsons. I had a crepe. That's C-R-E-P-E. It's still raining. We still have a long way to go. But who cares? Hrálhafnatangi, the northernmost point of Iceland. Unless people have come in a boat to a wilderness somewhere, I am now the northernmost person in the whole of the country. Beyond me is the Arctic Circle. Can you see it? There, you missed it. It was a hell of a journey to get here. We had to drive down a rocky path for ages that was then ran out, and then we had to walk through masses and masses of unsecured rocks. We've been dive bombed by Arctic terns. It's been a hell of a struggle to get here, but we've made it. Friday morning, just leaving last night's guest house at Hull, which is near Aspergy, in the middle of nowhere. Probably not the best accommodation we've ever had. Very basic, clean and warm, sure, but no internet, nothing in the rooms, and a xenophobic son who seems to hate the English. And it wasn't too cheap either, so it probably will not be a place to which we'll be returning. So here we are at Aspergy. I did make it here in the end. Though 4 years too late. As you see, Sigur Rós are no longer there. This is where they played the final concert of the 2006 Icelandic tour. Where in Heima you see all the people flying kites. Finally, this end of the canyon is not so big, but it continues down for almost a mile's drive. So it's a fairly big site. Some small similarities with Thingvellir. also rather like some cliffs on the Isle of Wight. Botnestjön at Ausbergi. The visitor centre at Aspergi. Nice place, nice staff. Who informed us the road to Dettifoss is still shut, so the biggest waterfall in Europe is still eluding me. Thanks. Standing in front of the Icelandic Phallological Museum. I think the locals love this place. We've been here before. It's not a place you need to visit more than once. Makes your eyes water. The view from Skutterstaden, where we're staying tonight. I thought I'd just show you this sign, showing you what kind of area we're in. At Skutterstaden you have a pocket calculator and there's a floating bed, and you may get witchcraft. There it is, straight out of the Amityville horror. Saturday morning, and the occasion of a new Glossary video at Miverton.
Featuring a penguin.
Would that not be the Sauberpop video? He's caught by a penguin. Drowned by a penguin. That sounds like a dog. Listen closely, you hear the sounds of the hidden folk. We're at Dimmuborgia. Fantastic lava field. On the edge of Lake Miverton. I'm walking inside Dimmerborgia, amongst all the lava formations, which the rough guide says are not very tall. Well, bollocks, frankly. They are quite tall.
Pourquoi?
As the rough guide says, none of the lava formations are very tall. Nah. It's great. Okay, I've decided Milverton is worth visiting. There is more to the place than pseudo craters.
Yes.
Oh, it turns like that, so I think it's What was that?
It was the sound of a small troll. Okay, we're at Milverton in May. It is now snowing, and it's not actually that cold. It's cold, but it's not that cold. And we've come to our destination at Milverton. We're at the Kakia, which is just a cave formed of lava. There's no lava in there now, of course, but I'm going to go up and have a look. Okay, at the entrance to the Kakia. It was worth the walk. Look at this natural formation. And it's snowing again.
The manager.
No, I'm not the manager. The manager's Rod Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Okay.
It's not a long story.
Okay.
At Hey My A, there's oh god, I clearly look very bad. Or it's some amazing trick where I'm holding it right in front of my face. What is this picture of me?
Justice.
I am the middle finger of justice.
Yes.
On Hey My A, there is a tribute Beatles band, and we saw in 2008 we saw a poster of them in a window, and they look nothing like the Beatles.
They dressed like the Beatles in their early period with the costumes and the Beatle hair.
But that is where it ends.
Yeah.
And in every picture there is a middle-aged guy in a suit with them who is much taller and bigger, and we
Like Rod Stewart.
and he's clearly not the band, but we guessed it as their manager. There's the old volcano, 2,500 years old if it fell. And we're now at Grotaglia, which is an underground cavern. Strange?
Strange.
You, strange.
Me.
Étrange. Ooh. Yeah, maybe mind your feet. This is not so.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, you see the steam rising from it?
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, there is steam. I guess it depends how low you feel you can go for safety,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, it smells.
No, that's me. Okay, we're close to Krafla. We don't go any further. The car keeps slipping in the mountain. So we're trying to turn around and go back. This one's the noisy bugger. Mental place, mental! Ugh. So for the first time ever, I'm now at Godafoss. When we drive a few miles further down the road, we'll be joining up to a road I've been on before, and that will mean that I've actually done the entire circuit of Iceland. We're the only people here. Ugh. The top of Godafoss. Shit, it's cold! Ah! Walking through Akieri along Strandgata. We've just been down, had a meal down at what used to be Pengs, where we went in December 2006 and saw the Northern Lights for the first time, and is now the Kurusayam. surrounded by the local football team whilst we were eating. And now on our way to see the church.
Something like that, but
Looking down over Akieri building, which we used to stop at in 2006 and wonder what it was used for. It now goes much deeper into the hill and it's now an art gallery. There's a church down there. Shut. Way you. There's some geese being strangled up there. Sunday the 16th of May.
What, you're not filming again?
No, I'm not filming. I just thought I would wave this through the air and see if it detected anything strange.
Yeah.
And yeah, it has. It has found you. At Steinstede, Sunday morning, 16th of May. This was our accommodation last night. It was brilliant. We were the only guests. A 1950s converted school. And a place that's worthy of returning to. And now we're going to be moving on to the Dupavik. Bonjour et bienvenue au Blundus le dimanche. Et aujourd'hui, nous chantons pour Jésus dans l'église. Oh, hang on, I'm in Iceland. Alright, we're at Blundus. We're somewhere over there in 1830, I think it was, but it might have been 20, was the last ever beheading in Iceland for a double murder. Which is why this place is famous. And it's effing freezing again. Not much more because we came in December 2006. And it's kind of snowing stroke hailing. Standing at Brew, which is where there used to be the service station we'd always stop at for some food before we walked on the and it's gone. The service station is no longer here. There's no trace it ever stood here. It's now moved further up the road. This building, of course, we would always see on the road there, and this used to be the way we'd cross and continue on the route back to Akieri. Okay, we're at the service station at Brew, where the food is not improved. It's not Brew anymore, but the food has not improved. Food has not improved, though the building has done. I just noticed along the back wall here.
English has improved as well.
Yeah, well, some of them. Just notice along the back wall here, you've seen all the different types of food they serve. There's dog, pig, cow, duck, cat, mouse, horse.
I'm not food.
No.
See before if we get stuck in Dupavik, you will become meat.
At the N1 in Holmavik, last time I was here, it was a bit colder. See, the sun has come back.
Somebody should take a picture of us.
Or is Emily?
Really need a torch. It's very dark. Inside the famous oil tank at Djupavik.
Yeah. Oh, you're filming? Yeah. Oh, yes.
You wish to go?
Yes. Oh, no.
Oh, the famous French grace.
Think how lucky we were to be elected by them to make this happen. Yeah.
It must have been a great thing for you.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize it at the moment, but my kids were wow. Then, They did a great job, the camera crew,
Yeah.
Hello folks, it's day 8 or maybe day 9, I lost count of our trip. We had lots of fun at Djupavik, especially the kite surfing. And now we're at a place called Kluku, which is where a witch lives in a cottage. And as you can see behind me, she is now using her magic broom to clean our car. And yes, I had plastic surgery, thank you.
Inside Eyjafjallajökull, it stopped exploding and it cooled down really rapidly. A load of fuss over nothing. At the side of Route 1. That's the main road through Iceland. It's all right up here. Okay, walking around the Eyjafjallajökull the Jökull Gobbledygookie Groundmaestretti volcano. That's the other one. It's quite interesting. In a there's nothing there sort of way. And more sheep pens down there.
Somebody wrote something on the note.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff written on there. At Alafos for the billionth time. Because Amelia's not been here before. And she needs to see... Don't know who that was. She needs to see the magic. Or where the magic used to happen. But it doesn't happen anymore. Because now they rehearse in Ori's garage. Look at what they're doing up there. Changes every time we come. New roads, things change.
Very simple.
Yeah.
So unlike me. I'm very complicated.
Hi, Jellyman.
Hi. Cheers. And the girls.
Hi. But yeah, it has been very fast on us. No, it's okay. No.
Here's another part of the island I haven't filmed before. The old water tank, which was converted by former residents and their descendants in 1970 into a clubhouse. Which is brilliant. It's like furnished inside. You probably can't see much through here. It's all really dark to see my reflection. Put the camera right up so you can see anything in there. You can just about see a couple of things. It's mostly me holding the camera up. Hello. You can see there's some seats along there, and a table, and some more seats, and a wall all around there. And then they built themselves a little shelter and toilet there. It's nice. Were it not for the animal poo lying around. And more buildings down there I'm going to look at in a second. Part of the oil storage facilities. God knows what these concrete things mean. It's bizarre, it's like a kind of really crap maze. And then down there, that's where the jetty used to be. See how close we are to the mainland. Where the hostel was. Inhabited all year round. 40 to 60 people lived here, and destroyed by a fire in December 1931. And then the company went bankrupt. Final meal has been had. Noodles. Very hot. Havgrimskirkja. Anna didn't like them. It's 10 past 10. I know you're thinking, whoa, still light, but much darker than it was up north at this time at 10 past 10. So now walking back down to the guest house. Having to get up about 4 o'clock.
Ultimo